Well, the numbers don't lie. Americans are spending beyond their means. Credit card debt just hit another record, $1.28 trillion, and more people expect to be worse off a year from now. It's why voices like Caleb Hammer are standing out. He has amassed millions of views online cleaning up financial messes. Watch.
You're acting like freshly new job, first 16-year-old job ever, got my little card from work, spending. I feel like you never matured past 14. I don't like making payments on this. That's what a child says. I am angry, actually angry.
And he joins us now, the host of Financial Audit on YouTube, Caleb Hammer. Caleb, good to see you. You don't look angry yet. Maybe we'll change that by the end of this segment. But let me start with you, sir, on credit card debt, okay? We hit another record. I know this is kind of the bread and butter stuff for you. Are you really nervous about America's credit situation on the plastic?
It's bad. It's bad. In our consumer-driven culture right now, it doesn't matter what the job market looks like. When people are getting laid off on our show, it doesn't matter. People will continue their spending. People will continue their spending no matter what in our consumer-driven culture. I mean, right now, it's not just credit card debt as well. It's bringing in buy now, pay later. 26% of people that use credit cards regularly and hold those debts are now getting into buy now, pay later as well. It's only going to get worse. It's headed in the wrong direction, unfortunately.
Caleb, there's someone on my panel, though, who once told me that debt is as American as apple pie. We just got to embrace it because eventually we'll grow, our wages will pick up, and we'll grow our way out of our debt crisis, whether it's the country or, in your case, more poignantly, the credit card crisis. What do you say to people who say that?
Me.
Yeah, I mean, it is a part of our culture, right? I mean, like I said, we are very consumer driven, and I love my credit cards, but I use it properly. And 50% of Americans do not. 50% of Americans have a revolving balance month to month. That's when that average interest rate in our country of about 20% is breaking down on that monthly basis and accruing, driving people into worse and worse credit card debt. That's not building their households. In fact, 88% of Americans headed into 2026 said that they are financially stressed about their households. They're struggling. 50% of Americans think they're gonna die with debt. Yeah, national debt, it's there. We can't really manage it very well, obviously, but this is a household problem. People are not willing to stop no matter what the economic situation of the United States looks like. It doesn't matter to get the things they want. On our show, people think and say that it's because of an emergency. Oh, it's because I had to pay this bill. But then I go into people's spendings, and I know it's anecdotal because we're just looking at the people we're filming with, but even still, these are average Americans, and it's going to McDonald's. It's going on a trip. It's going on things that doesn't matter, things we call BS on our show. And that's what they are willing to just put on their credit cards to make sure they're happy and living the things that they feel they're entitled to, a part of our culture. So you're right. It is American, but it's bad.
Caleb, this is Marcus. I'm always entertained by the way you speak to people, but what frustrates me about the way you speak to people is I want financial literacy to be the backbone of things, and I would imagine that financial literacy is what you think they're missing. Is it the lack of financial literacy, or is it the issuance of credit by the credit card companies and the banks that is ultimately the culprit? Who's the culprit in your mind?
It's going to come down to the user in the end. I mean, we practice personal responsibility on our show. I was someone who had 3, 4 maxed out credit cards when I was in college, McDonald's, piano, you name it. It was my responsibility for getting into that debt. It was my responsibility getting myself out of that debt in my early adulthood and making more money and being responsible and learning a budget, especially in today's culture where we have access to more resources than any time in human history. GPT, Grok, you name it, Claude, you can search anything, you can read any financial book, you can watch any podcast like Financial Audit, and you can get your life together. Credit cards, it's a product. I understand why they're making that product, and we can make certain regulations around that product, but in the end, it is still someone going out, choosing to apply for that credit card, and then choosing how to use them. I don't expect everyone to be perfect at 18, 19, even up to 25, but once you're in that adulthood and you're not using the educational resources that we have, it's your fault.
I appreciate you acknowledging learning, though.
Jackie.
Caleb, I'm just wondering if you think that social media has anything to contribute here, because what I've seen, and we've always consumed and put debt on our credit cards, we've seen that over time in this country. But culturally speaking, with the rise of technology and Instagram and seeing what your neighbor has and seeing what that person has and the trip that they went on, I mean, people will kill themselves trying to take a selfie off the side of a cliff because they want people to see that. How much of this sort of consumption is and culture and psychological aspect is being driven by social media and contributing to what we're seeing?
Oh, we see it on our show every day. If you remember the Labubu, the Labubu thing that was sweeping the world just a couple months ago, we had guests every single week that were maxing out credit cards just to get the next Labubu because it's posted everywhere online. And now we're not in the era of Beanie Baby trends lasting for years. We're in the micro trend where things get replaced every single month and people just have to be a part of the next thing. You don't want to miss it. And it's a huge part of our culture. But that's why I am happy that many states around the country, now more than half the states, have a personal finance class that is required to graduate from grade school. So hopefully we're fighting back on that end as well.
Okay,
Buckle up here.
Caleb, Mr. Debt and Apple Pie might have a question for you here. Larry Kudlow himself.
Well, look, I think what you just said is very good. I mean, any education regarding personal finance is a very good thing, and I don't doubt that a lot of people mismanage their credit cards. I don't doubt it, but I will say this: household wealth in this country through the end of last year is $180 trillion. $180 trillion. Okay, that's everything: stocks, bonds, homes, cash, blah, blah, blah. And, less liabilities, less credit card debt. So your number 1.28 trillion, I think that was the number of credit card debt.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, but 180 trillion is bigger than that. Actually, I'd go a step further because I do believe debt is as American as apple pie. Sure. The country was founded on debt. Alexander Hamilton, God bless him. I just spoke to him a few weeks ago. But the point is we have debt in public, federal debt in public hands, which is about $30 trillion, okay? And that's even bigger than this 1.28 trillion.
Right.
But again, compared to 180 trillion of household wealth, it's a debt equity ratio that any company would be proud of.
That's right.
And the other one, 1.28 trillion. I mean, it wouldn't show up on the. You'd have to go from logs to indexes anyway. I just don't. It's not a catastrophe, okay? And we're living in a very prosperous times, and people. If you produce, you create income, consumers spend their income. But the education part, I'm going to give you a lot of credit, Caleb. The education part is really important, and I think that is missing from the story.
All right, Caleb, we'll give you the last word on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I do agree. We live in a very prosperous country, and a lot of people are lucky. I'm not freaking out on credit card debts in terms of collapsing the U.S. economy. I don't want to bring it to that level. That's not what I'm trying to say. But from a household to household concern, where people are maxed out, where 50% are carrying those balances month over month at a 20% interest rate, people can't afford emergencies with that. Half the country says they can't afford an emergency if it pops up of $1,000. The majority of Americans are feeling uncomfortable headed into this year about personal finances, and credit cards are bad. Card debt can be good. Credit cards can be used right. We love mortgages. I'm assuming everyone on the panel loves a good mortgage. I'm not complaining about debt in general. I use it myself, but irresponsible credit card usage is bad for the household.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, that's a key point.
Okay, we found agreement between the guy who helps people fight debt and Mr. Apple Pie and debt himself. That's an amazing thing. Caleb Hammer, that was so fun to hear from you. Thanks for being with us today. We'll see you again soon, I hope.
And